Hello, my name is Neyhanna, and this is Danielle and I's final project. Here's our table of contents. We have a cover page, of course, table of contents, the science of reading, phonemic awareness, phonics, comprehension, vocabulary, fluency, summary page, and references. The science of reading. So what is the science of reading? Pretty much, it is cognitive scientists who have conducted on how we learn to read. This kind of knowledge has been in the making over the past 20 years. Without this, we as teachers would be stuck on trying to find different ways and new strategies on how to teach our children how to become successful readers in the future. Some little facts that I have right here on the side is that reading is not a guessing game. Some certain combinations make certain sounds every time. It is important to know that children do not naturally develop reading skills. The reading skills need to be taught to them. And teaching with letters go with which sounds is more successful than teaching whole words, phonics works. Phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is the ability to manipulate and identify individual sounds in spoken words. For example, if I have the word cat, I should be able to recognize and hear the letter C, A, and T in the word cat. And that is an example of phonemic awareness. As far as my lesson plans, you will see all three of them more in depth once I turn this in. But to go over one of them, the my turn, your turn count game, you can use vocabulary from a book. Doesn't matter. You could just come up with different vocabulary that you want to use, just depending on your lesson. You want to have the children sit in a circle, maybe around circle time is what's best, and write down your words on a piece of paper, and then put it in a bowl. And you're going to say, okay, class, my turn. Okay, and then you're going to shake up the bowl, pick out a word, say the word is table. You're going to say table, and you're going to either use your hands or your feet to count out the syllables. So for an example, you're going to say table, table. And then you're going to say, okay, class, your turn. And they're all going to do it together and copy you. And they're going to say table, table. Then you're going to work together and figure out how many syllables were in the word table. Once your turn is up, you're going to let all the other children have a turn and decide if they want to use their hands or feet to count out the syllables. This helps all the children stay engaged and to also feel important, like they deserve to have a chance as well. Some read alouds that I came up with for phonemic awareness were Llama Llama Red Pajama by Anna Dewdney and Fox and Socks by Dr. Seuss. I chose these books because I feel like rhyming plays a big part in phonemic awareness, and these two are great books for rhyming. As far as assessment goes for phonemic awareness, phonemic awareness is to be assessed at the beginning of kindergarten through spring of first grade. And students should be assessed 3 times per year. This is to help see if there's any progress being made, or if they're still struggling, or if they're just right on track. And you can do this with standardized testing. An example of that would be DIBELS. Phonemic awareness also helps build learners on how to move to segmenting and blending words. It also builds a strong foundation for early reading success. Phonics. Phonics is a method of teaching and writing and reading. It also demonstrates and teaches letter-sound relationships. The purpose of phonics is for children to gain the knowledge to understand how the letters and sounds are able to work together and relate to one another. It is also to break down words into sounds and then build on that to help children recognize words. Danielle came up with some really great lesson plans that she will be sharing with you on her behalf. Comprehension is the basic understanding of what one is reading, and be able to find and be able to just understand it. The purpose of comprehension is to find out what the text means, and then to be able to comprehend it. Teaching children how to find meaning in text helps them become better readers as well. And again, she has some great lesson plans for this topic as well. Vocabulary. Vocabulary is the range of words a student knows. The wider the range of words, the better reader the child will become. There are different types of vocabulary. For example, reading vocabulary. Knowing the meaning of what you are reading. Another example is speaking vocabulary. Using the words consists when you are talking, or constantly when you are talking. Writing vocabulary, words you're using when you're writing. It is important to teach vocabulary because it helps children better understand the context of what they are reading, which also leads back to comprehension. Fluency. Fluency is the ability to read with speed, accuracy, and proper expression. Children should be and must be able to read fluently if they are reading out loud or even if they are reading silently. For some reason, my lesson plans did not come up on this one, but I will just go ahead and discuss one just how I discussed for phonemic awareness. So, I'm really big on liking to work with groups and partners. I like it, and I think it's good for children to do at such a young age, or to start at a young age. So what I did for this one was I took the book, Pete the Cat, or actually The Bug in the Jug Wants a Hug. That's the one I used, and I would get a student that is fluent with their reading, partner with the student who is struggling with fluency. And I would have the fluent reader read a paragraph or the couple of sentences that are on the first page, while other child is following along with their finger, and then I would have them switch. I would have the less fluent reader read the same paragraph over again while the fluent reader listens. I feel like the fluent reader is helping modeling as to what a fluent reader looks like, and as far as the child who is not doing well with fluency, they are able to see what fluent reading should look like. And they would go back and forth until the book is over. I hope that was helpful. And to also help with comprehension, you could tie that in with, at the end, you could ask, okay, like, what was your favorite part of the book? Because you want to make sure they have that fluency down, but you also want to make sure that they are comprehending what they are reading as they are becoming a fluent reader. And you will also see that in my lesson plan. 2 books that would go great with fluency would be Pete's the Cat's Trip to the Supermarket and The Bug in the Jug Wants a Hug. In my opinion, I feel like rhyming books might be a little bit challenging when it comes to fluency because they become tongue twisters. Even I still make mistakes, like I have to stop, or I'm not reading fluently because I'm getting all mixed up because there's so many rhyming words. However, I do think it is something that they should learn. Assessments for fluency. A way to formally assess children when it comes to fluency is to take a time sample of students reading throughout the year, and then also being able to compare their performances each time. This is to also help to see if they have progressed, if they're staying the same, or if, they're just doing that great. Fluency also provides a bridge between word recognition and comprehension, as I did mention before. The more fluency a learner has, the more successful reader that the learner can be. They can concentrate on the content rather than just decoding the words. So all in all, looking back at these slides, it is very important that we as teachers are teaching the children all the topics that we just went over. It helps our children that we teach develop and become successful readers as they continue to grow in each grade level. As said before, it is important that we teach children these topics at a young age, or when they're supposed to be, so we can catch them at a good time if they are struggling and they don't fall so behind. Also, it is important for us as teachers to make sure our lesson plans are really tying in with the topics, such as phonics and phonemic awareness. It's very important that we are hitting those, because if we don't, then it affects the child. But we also need to make the lesson plans more motivating and engaging for the children to want to be able to learn. Because sometimes reading, when you're not good at it, it can be discouraging and you just don't want to do it. And that's what happened to me as a child. And so I feel as if it is very important to have the children try activities that help them engage more and interact with their teacher or their peers. Anything that can help them and want to somewhat like to read. This will help them become successful in the end. I have taken a lot from this class and I really enjoyed learning. There's a lot of things I didn't know until now, and I'm happy to bring that into the classroom once it's my time to shine, I guess. So thank you so much, Miss Wood, for everything that you have taught us, and I really enjoyed your class. Thank you so much. And here are our references.